Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you something about the BP. And when I say the BP, I'm not just referring to dating and women. To me, the BP is something that encompasses all of life, not just your success or lack of with the fairer sex, if you dare call them that anymore. The BP is everything from genetic predeterminism to your work, your social life, your work life, basically everything. The BP is like oxygen, it's everywhere, and it affects your life either positively or negatively. You got to understand too that the BP isn't all negativity. For Chad, the BP, say for instance, for Chad the BP is positive. It's going to give him the halo effect. Anyone in that top 5% is going to have that positive effect. You know, not just attracting women, but like job opportunities, making friends, fitting in, being popular, all that stuff we crave as humans is just going to come easy to him. One thing about the BP that's reminded me of it quite a lot is that every time you just think you're getting somewhere in life, the chips are falling your way, you know, the cards are getting dealt in your favour. The BP is always there, whether it's with women, whether it's with your social life, your health, anything. The BP is there just to kick you squarely in the nuts or in the guts, to say, hang on a minute, buddy, you better learn your position in life, learn your role and shut your mouth, like The Rock used to say. The BP is always there to let you know your lot in life, where it was genetically predetermined for you to be. You're a sub 5 guy, don't you dare have dreams and ambitions, because the BP will be there, give you a swift kick in the nuts to shove you right back down the bottom where you belong. Everyone's got their Halloween decorations up. It's one thing that shits me a bit here in Australia. We never used to care about Halloween too much, and then Australia is slowly getting Americanised, but in the bad ways, in the Californian ways, not in the Texas ways type thing, you know, in the far left ways. It shits me to tears a little bit. But today's like BP rant on this video isn't women related. That's something else that happened in life I don't really want to talk about at the moment, if at all ever. I guess the message of this video is that the BP, it's just there wherever whoever you are, wherever you go, it's just there, lurking in the background, waiting to pounce, waiting to strike. Whether you're at work and ask for a promotion or a raise, whether there's a girl there and you ask her out, you know, whether you're have a genetic predisposition to getting a health ailment, whatever it is, it's just there, waiting to pounce. What are you going to do about it? You just got to learn to accept your lot in life and move on, which a lot of guys never get to that acceptance part. I think no one really ever does get 100% acceptance. So if you can get to, say, where 90% of your life, if you're happy not even happy, if you're just content with your life, 90% of the time, as far as I'm concerned, that's a success. You're a success. You're a sub 5 bloke. Even these days, average looking, it's not even sub 5 anymore. If you're an average looking bloke, and we're going to talk about women again now, if you're an average looking guy, say sub 6, to me is average looking. As I always say, 6s are good looking blokes, and women that are 6s like are really good looking women. And just like Rehab Room was saying a while ago in one of his videos, that a lot of guys are misconstruing hot women just because they see a thin blonde 4 out of 10, and their eyes just blow up thinking it's a 6 or 7, thinking they're a Stacey, just because there's that few decent looking Sheilas around. And we all know that, you know, that they're not going to go for us average guys anyway. I mean, why would they settle? They're all princesses and angels. They're all princesses and they all deserve the absolute best, and they will not settle for anything less than the absolute best. So what fucking chance do you have when that's their mindset? And the ones that's even the ones that are looking for a guy. A lot of the girls out there couldn't give a fuck now. They're just happy doing their own thing, being boss babes, making money, getting roots off Chad Light whenever they can. Of course they hope one of them will commit, but they're not. You know, Chads will lower themselves and root a 4 or 5 out of 10, giving them the impression that they're higher on the sexual marketplace than they actually are. So what happens now? Women price themselves out of the market. It's just a real shit dating landscape for guys now. The modern dating landscape is just not good. It's just not good. Even if you were, say, a 6 out of 10, a 6 plus, the quality of woman you're going to get is still most likely going to be terrible. Most of the good ones are taken. Either they are in relationships. As I've always said, the women that want to be in relationships are in them. Either that, or maybe they are great women, but they've priced themselves out of the market because only Chad will do. Not only a good-looking guy, but a good-looking guy's got to be tall, he's got to have wealth, the guy's got to be impressive when she tells her friends about him. And Barry, the local plumber, just doesn't cut it. Just doesn't impress her friends. For some reason, these women can't look in the mirror and realise their own faults. Physical faults and mental faults too. They can't see their own red flags or see their own physical, faults and things like that. They just don't think they're ugly or average looking. Every woman's a 10, and 95% of guys aren't. So, what's left? Going back to what I was saying before, even if you are a guy that can attract a woman and convince her to go into a relationship with you, even if you are that, do you really want it? I mean, when they're all on, this phone is moving all the time, I've got to tighten the thing up. When they're all on social media giving these big lists of what a man should do, and I know that's like the far end of like female hypergamy, but you've also got to remember that women too have a hive mind. Like the Bald Collective, they kind of all think alike to some degree. So when they're all in there saying, oh yeah, I'm looking for a guy that's 6'3", he's got to be making 300 grand a year, and he's got to be this skin colour, this hair type, this eye colour. That's not a joke. They mean it. They want that guy. And they genuinely think that they've deluded themselves into thinking that they have a chance of getting that guy. That's why they never settle. Even someone that ticks 70% of the boxes, they're like, where's the other 30%? Whereas a guy that meets a girl that ticks 70% of the boxes is going, beauty, I've won the lottery here. You know, when they're demanding, oh, you've got to be a protector, a provider, and da-da-da-da-da, this and that, while they bring nothing to the table. They consider themselves to be the table. So you've got to do all this stuff, you've got to pay all the time, pay all the bills, protect and provide, and they bring nothing to the table. A lot of them don't even want to have kids. That's the modern dating landscape, and really, is that a good deal? You've got to ask yourself, is that a good deal? Do you really want to simp? Give away all your money, pay all the bills, treat her like a princess, provide, protect, all that stuff. Not only that, but you've also got to be good looking enough for her. You've got to do all that stuff just to maybe get a sniff every now and again, if you know what I'm saying. They're not going to be cooking, they're not going to be cleaning, they're not going to be raising a child, they're not going to be doing anything that women used to do for their guys, but they still want us to do everything we used to do for women 50, 100 years ago. No, that's a raw deal every day of the week. Jeez, have to forgive me, I'm driving past a farm at the moment and they've just turned up all their soil and they've put some kind of fertiliser in it, and fuck me, it's hard to hear. Jesus, it stinks. The wires open the windows, I have to. Oh, fuck me. Oh. Driving through country Victoria, Australia at the moment. I might turn the camera to the next thing, just give you a little look at the can I turn it? What does this button do? Nothing, takes a screenshot. Can I turn it? No, I can't turn it. That's funny how you can't swap cameras during filming. Unless you can, and I don't know. There's no option for me to do it, but oh well, you don't get to see the farms. Jesus Christ, that is rank. They're growing there. I want to say cauliflower that they're growing. Just to the left of me. They grow corn there sometimes a lot too. I think they're going to be planting a lot of corn. I believe that's a summer vegetable. Definitely a lot of cauliflower, broccoli. One thing about where we live, you do get a lot of farm fresh produce. Beautiful. Good thing living a couple of hours out of the big cities. You get all that stuff fresh before it goes there. Getting back to what I was saying here, that BP is always there to kick you firmly in the cods. It's like there's a line, like when you're a 5 out of 10, you've kind of got that neutral BP halo effect, and as you go up it kind of goes up more and more and more, and it goes down more and more and more the further towards one you get, where just your experience in life is just going to be shitful in all areas, and it can be really hard to keep going sometimes, and especially when you go through bouts of depression. When life isn't certain, maybe your job's not certain, or your health's not certain, or someone that you know's health isn't certain, or you need money. So whatever it is, it just seems to be harder if you're a sub-5 guy. I'd probably much rather be born a sub-5 woman than a sub-5 man, because juggernaut law, especially in today's modern dating market, because that many 3s and 4s out of 10 are going out with 5s and 6s. Yeah, that's all I've got to really say about that. Can't really think of any other topics to talk about at the moment, except one guy. There's this one guy. He calls it, I don't know what he really calls himself. Like I'd call him a PUA, a stealth PUA. That's a YBT cool or something like that. He's not a bad looking bloke, probably about a 5.5 to 6, 5 to 6 out of 10 guy. And he's at first I thought, oh yeah, he's just like got a bit of a different opinion, and then I scroll down on him. Of course, he's got a course to sell and workshops and shit like that, so he's just like a PUA scammer. And he's been trying to start a little bit of a beef with Rehab Room lately. Rehab's not picking it up and going along with it, but I wouldn't mind doing a bit of a reaction to the video that this guy made about Rehab, like trying to debunk the black pill and trying to say that all that stuff doesn't work, it's all bullshit, you just need to, hold frame. And I mean, it's easy for him to say to, because he's not a bad looking guy. He is not a bad looking bloke. So he's going to get results going out and just being himself and talking to the ladies. It's easy for these good looking PUAs to say, oh yeah, game works, and they've got what was his pickup line? Is that a pizza you're eating or something? If you've seen the video, this guy just walks up to a girl. I think he gets her number, and his pickup line opening move was, oh, is that pizza you're eating? She was eating a pizza, obviously. I mean, it's a big 200 IQ opener that you had there. But she laughed and giggled a bit. I think she was of Asian or Latina or something origin, so he had JBW going for him there, and he's not bad looking, not short. So, guys that women find attractive can just go up and say stuff like that. If a girl's eating a hamburger, oh, you enjoying that burger? What do you got on it? I don't need any kind of pickup lines. Just go up and make normal conversation. Oh yeah, then you say, oh yeah, I don't normally get burgers. Would you recommend it? Where'd you get it from? Oh yeah, was there a long wait in there? I wouldn't mind one now. You just talk general, like you're talking to your best mate. But nah, he's I want to make a little video about him, and even Rehab, I agree with probably 80%. Rehab's a bit more doomerish than I am. Where I think he has had videos where you call so-called white pill, where it's like accept and share, do this. But Rehab also gets a lot of views from being overly negative, being really doomerish with the BP. Where I like to be a bit 50-50, say, yeah, look, this is what's happened and this is the reality you guys are living in. But every cloud has a silver lining. You've got to find your copes. The modern dating market isn't that good anyway. Even if you can, you're still going to get really lucky. You're not alone, you're not the only one that's suffering, and all that kind of shit like that. So that's where I'm a little bit different. Anyway, I reckon I'm going to just leave this one here, so you can look forward to that coming up. I might do it, I might drop it tomorrow, if you're listening to this at the time of this recording. It's a Monday here in Australia. I'll probably drop it tomorrow on the Tuesday, if not the Wednesday. got a couple of subscriber request videos to look into too that are going to take a little bit of work to get all the bloody info up and find all the pictures and articles. As I hope you realise that a lot of these requests that I do, like a lot of other YouTubers will charge you $50 to $100 to do all this shit, but I'll do it for nothing for you, because people will get a lot of benefit out of it too. But just realise, if you request something, I can't just bang and have it ready for you in 2 days. It's going to take me a while to gather all the relevant information. I'm starving, so I'm going to stop and get something to eat. I'm thinking maybe KFC. So I want to wish everyone a happy rest of the day. Just take care of yourselves, because no one else gives a fuck. That's another BP of life. No one really, unless you've got immediate family that love you, no one really gonna care about you in life, unless you can offer them something like money or a tit for tat transactional relationship dynamic. Anyway, take care of yourselves.